Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I am Luke Avdalovich. With me is Jared Waters and Tommy Ball, and we are fresh off of the first NFL game. Just finished about 30 minutes ago or so, and here we are. We're recording. Like I said, I'm sure we might have some chatter about that. We might not. Who knows? By the time you're probably viewing this, week one is basically concluded. Hopefully, you're viewing it before Monday night. But if not, hopefully week one brought the fireworks that we all hope it would. And, hopefully your fantasy teams won. Fellas, how are we doing?
Solid outing by one of my guys. So yeah, we're in good shape.
Yeah, mixed emotions here. I'm seeing the dilemma of I picked up a third league this year, and it's conflicting. It might be too much. I don't know. It's hard when you're playing guys, but you have that guy and playing another guy. It's
You're gonna be the dude that everyone hates. That's like every single
yeah,
touchdown. Be like, yes, I have him in one of my leagues.
and I don't want to be that guy, bro. Like I don't want to be that
Sounds like you're embracing it.
guy. I might have to. I'm just gonna be like silently rooting. I won't announce it. Knowing me,
My thing with that situation is like I always have
I'm
like a
gonna sad.
hierarchy. Yeah.
No, I for sure I have a hierarchy. I absolutely do. Usually it's whatever league I'm doing better in. No, I'm kidding.
I mean that's valid.
No, I honestly care about all three leagues, which makes it even tougher. Like I had Mahomes in one league, I was playing Mahomes in one. So I'm like, I don't know. It's annoying.
You're emotionally torn.
Exactly. It's a good way to put it.
Luke, what's up with you over there, man? You you having a glitch over there? What's going on? What do you got on your background?
I'm spicing things up this week, man. Just bringing some.
All I see, you have a white cutoff on, so all I see is a pasty right arm and
No,
gray
man,
cutoff.
I got it's fine,
Yeah.
bro. Look, I'm up in the
Your head
production
is the
value this week.
microphone. Just know that.
I'm giving. Yeah, I can see it, dude. What do you think? I'm out here on a blind screen. Like this is crazy.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you're seeing it from how I'm seeing it, but
no, I can see exactly what it is. The only thing is it's flipped
bro,
on my
I'm
screen,
just
so it looks
talking.
backwards
I'm just
here.
talking shit.
Yeah, but people don't want to hear that. Like people want you to appreciate.
I'm trying to entice people to go watch on YouTube.
Yeah,
subscribe,
go watch, man.
Oh,
please.
I'm gonna say I am currently donning an unreleased logo, right? So there is a little bit of value to. I mean, hopefully.
Can I just
hopefully
comment that my beard is much fuller than your beard in that picture?
Yeah, those days are long gone though.
That's just
That
because
was
my
like
choice,
early
though.
beard though. That was early beard, but I don't like to rock it very long, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Can we get me like a little patchy shadow going on?
No, man, we don't want you with the DiVincenzo. No,
Look,
that
if
doesn't
we
do
want
well.
we can look.
I'm a fan of pulling out the DiVincenzo, man. It's a fun look.
We
It's
saw
a
it this
fun
whole
look.
summer.
I know. I
We
left it
might
on
have
there
to
all
update
summer.
the logo.
I shaved it when I got
know.
back. I actually took pictures though before shaving it. So
Oh jeez.
Your student ID.
I
the
might pop
picture
up
looks
with a stash one
the
day.
picture looks crazy, bro. It's funny.
Yeah, I might punch you square in the chest if you have a stash.
I can't rock it for a day. Like, what's wrong with that?
No, that's not your game.
Okay. I never said it was. I just said I might pop out with one. Like, it's fine.
Yeah,
It'll take me 2 days to grow back.
It's like,
so
never mind.
dude, just let me rock. But yes, if you do view this rather than just listen, you will get a little a surprise background out of me. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, maybe a new logo's in the works. A new rebranding for the pod. Who knows? Who knows?
We like
on the
pod
lookout for that.
rebrand.
Yeah, I need a hair update. I don't look like that anymore.
All right, maybe it's decided. Jeez. Anyways, let's get into these
scouting feelings, man. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's no rush, man. I don't look like that.
Yeah, you put it up there, man. That's what you asked for.
Let's get into our scouting reports here. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, the scouting report here at the Walk On Pod is what do we like in the sports world this week? What do we not like? Who are we starting? Who are we sitting? Does anyone want to kick us off?
I was
Jared
gonna
has
kick
his
us off, Jared, just because
the
like
guy has
mine's
his
like,
hand off though. Like his hand up. I don't
My
know.
hand
yeah.
off? You mean my hand up? All right, go ahead, Tom. You can go, man.
Well, mine's
That's
just
fine.
like there's just not much going on right now, and like I don't know if I don't know how the podcast feels about me being the tennis guy, but like it's literally the only thing I've been watching in the last week. So I'm just starting the American tennis players this week, both women and men. They're balling in the U.S. Open. Emma Navarro lost today, but Jessie Pegula's in the U.S. Open final. So we got another American woman in the U.S. Open final. Coco Gauff won it last year, and then we're gonna have a guaranteed guy in the final after tomorrow night when Francis Tiafoe and Taylor Fritz play. So that's pretty cool on the men's side. Um, hasn't been done at the U.S. Open since 2006 when Andy Roddick did it. So I'm pretty excited for them. Both
Andy
fun.
Roddick.
They're both fun tennis players to watch. Um, I don't know who I'm pulling for. I think I'd probably go with Tiafoe just
Yep,
because he made the semi. He made
that's
the
what I would
semi
like to see with
before.
him.
But I don't know if either of them are going to touch performance enhancing drugs guy. Waiting for him on the other side. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But that's my start, man. American
This
tennis
is
players. Maybe this is the resurgence they needed. Maybe it's just because they're in the U.S. You know.
I like that start, Tom. To all full transparency, I was actually gonna just because I'm with you. I want to see Tiafo win, man. I
He's
think guy's
sweet,
got a good
bro. He's
story.
fun
He could definitely he could incite some new fans. I think.
for sure. His story is
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, his story is awesome. So like, yeah, I that full transparency. I was contemplating starting Tiafo. Um, But that's okay. Tommy took the tennis thunder. I'm gonna switch gears here. Luke, I hope you
Wait,
don't
But
wait,
mind.
wait.
or
I
do you?
can't. I can't have any comment on that. Like, my goodness, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Anyways, I
Uh,
believe about a week ago, I told Tommy that I think the tournaments was Tiafoe's to lose when he
feel like
beat
you might have.
Shelton.
Yeah,
And so I've always been like a fan of his. Like you guys said, I think you hit the nail on the head. He's got a great story. He's fun to watch too. Like he brings good energy to the court, and it's just I agree. I think for the American tennis scene, it would be good. I will say this: we do comment on this a lot, and we probably sound really stupid, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That sports are very narrative driven at this point. So I would not be surprised if we see the dual American winners just so that, you know, that narrative can be driven. I would not be surprised because the big dogs are out, the whole
yeah,
performance enhancing drugs thing coming out. It would be like an American topples the quote unquote villain of the tournament. Like
sure.
it would kind of go with what would be a newsworthy story. So I don't want to be that guy that's saying, you know, the script
I just
writers or whatever,
It's
but
definitely
I do
more
think it would be a good narrative.
motivation as well, though, Luke.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
uh,
Tiafoe did lose the center a couple weeks ago at Cincinnati
yeah.
in the final, but that was before the news released that he had failed two drug tests previously. So now it's that's in the back of his mind. Obviously, he's gonna if he does make it or if Taylor Fritz makes it, they're gonna be playing on Ash at nighttime. Like it's gonna be
It's
crazy. Like
prime time.
prime
It'll
time.
be a big home court advantage for
Can't
whoever.
overlook the Brit though. He literally hasn't dropped a set. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He
um,
he's 3-0'd everybody he's played.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
nuts.
and
Actually,
nobody's
that's
even talking.
he's
domination.
probably fresh
Yeah,
actually. Then he's probably real
that's what I'm
fresh.
Mm.
saying. Like I don't want to overlook Jack. His name's Jack Draper. I mean, I'd be shocked if he won, but like
I
he
mean,
hasn't dropped a set yet.
yeah,
So
Um,
momentum.
um,
Momentum is big in tennis.
I think the only other thing I want to comment is to Luke's point. I think you guys can agree or disagree. Like American media is probably like the center of all like sports media. So it's like if an
yeah,
American wins, it's like it's just like feeding frenzy for them, right? So I think like everyone's hoping that American wins because then they can be relevant in tennis, I guess, or they can
tennis will
talk
just
about it.
get
Yeah,
tennis
Well,
will
and
just
it's
get
the
so
U.S.
much more
Open.
attention.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's in New York. Like it's not
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
a
It's at the hub. Like,
yeah. Like that's like an easy. People are gonna write stories about that for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
gotta get this open at some point, dude. It looks so fun.
yeah. Shout out to my sister. She's now been to two Grand Slams.
That's so cool.
My
And
goal is to go to Wimbledon.
Dude,
Yeah, you
I
should get.
hate. Okay, can you spell
Isn't it
that
Wimbledon
tournament for
though?
me?
Isn't
Is
it?
it
Yeah,
Isn't it
Wimbledon?
Wimbledon though?
Jared, spell it for me, please.
Wimbledon.
So where's the T coming from?
Yeah, why are you
This
saying
is how I
Wimbledon?
talk. I like wait. Wimbledon.
There you go. Yeah, no. But to your point, I think that's a great bucket list item
Yeah.
because
Your
my
bucket
sister.
list should be an English teacher in 3rd grade.
I think I had a Grand Slam in tennis on my bucket list when we did that. Maybe I did. I don't know.
I
I
don't
should.
remember. I could pull them up.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
we're all pulling for Tiafoe, it sounds like, which is good. Go
yeah,
Tiafoe.
man.
And if
Yeah,
Taylor Fritz
He
makes
has
it, I'm
he
rooting
has a
for him.
likable face.
Yeah,
exactly.
if Taylor Fritz makes it, I'll root for him. But I want Francis to win that match.
There we go.
Nice.
There's your analysis. All right, Mr. Hand Up, what you got?
Well, I figured because I'm in Mrs. Avdalovich's class, I should put my hand up.
Okay. First off, I don't. What's the point of the Mrs. and Mister thing? Like, are you making? This isn't a political podcast. We don't need to comment on gender roles.
Hey, you know what? Most English teachers are a female.
Why are we going down this lane? Just who's your starter sit, dude? Like, what is going on?
Hey, I'm just saying that. I'm just making a comment. I'm gonna start. I'm switching gears. I'm gonna start. Well, it's sad that the golf season is over, but I really like. I'm gonna start the banter of the match of the live
Yes,
PGA
this
match.
is good topics. This is really good.
Because the stuff that's coming out, whether it's real or not, is actually hilarious.
I'm sure most of it isn't real.
I'm not hip to this.
Yeah, go ahead, Jared.
So, well, Luke, you're gonna have to remind me because I'm old and I forget. But essentially, there has been some back and forth between like Scotty has said some things and Brooks and
take
Bryson
a second.
has
Take a step back. The match is happening and it's going to be PGA versus Liv. So it's Scotty and Rory versus Brooks
my bad. No.
and Bryson, which is electric. Now go on, Jared. Sorry, I just want to put.
So then Bryson's fired out. He made it. So since we're talking about politics, he made a comment about how Rory supports Kamala Harris, and it was quite funny.
That's gonna get spicy.
And then Scotty, what did Scotty say, Luke?
I don't know the banter, to be honest. I was just I'm a big fan of the match.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up, Tom. I'll have to send it to you. But regardless, it is quite funny. And I'm glad that they're finally like this match idea has been well thought, but not great executed because you don't have real golfers in there, right? Like you got Josh Allen in there taking out fans, and you got, guys that like now you're gonna have like 4 of the best golfers in the world playing against each other. Oh, that was what Scotty said. He essentially said this is the first time that they've actually had somebody watch them play on TV in 3 years because nobody watches Live.
I don't know how true any of these comments actually are.
Yeah, like they might be all fake, but like it's still hilarious.
I think. Look, and I don't remember the exact date it's happening because I know the President's Cup has to happen and then all this, but I hope, and I just really hope, and I'm not a Rory fan at all, but I hope he buries them. I hope for the tour. Why
is that?
Because
okay, all right. I need
for
some
the tour
background on
for
that.
the tour because Rory stuck his neck out for the tour. He fought for the PGA Tour for 2 to 3 years. They sold whatever for Live into the DP World Tour so they could get a bag and combine all the tours and all this with Live. And he looked like an idiot. I would love to see him just go out there and bury them.
That's why I hope he gets cooked. That's why I hope he loses by 10.
He stood up for what he believed in.
He stood on something. No, he didn't stand on what he believed in. He became a puppet and just listened to what Moynihan had to say and just believed him and didn't realize what was really going on. And he dogged everybody that left.
Yeah, I would too. If I was standing on the PGA
standing on something that isn't real.
He was standing on the PGA Tour being the #1 tour in the world for golf.
No, he was standing on the fact that people were lazy for for taking the money,
which is true.
But then he's supporting Moynihan, who took the money, so he looks dumb.
He has no. You have to support your commissioner.
He doesn't have to support that. What do you mean?
He does. He is top dog.
He chose that. No, that's not true. Scotty was top dog. He chose that.
No, he's the NBA Players Association of of
He
the PGA
chose that.
Tour
See how he stepped
for
down now?
3 years
But you see how he stepped down now that he
because they
realized what
sold
he
the
said was
bag.
dumb. No, he
No,
stepped down
because they
as
they
that
went
before
behind
that
his
ever got
back.
announced.
When that got
Yeah,
We
announced,
should
they
do
were
this more
shell
often. I
shocked.
like this.
What do you
No,
mean?
because
He
This is
didn't he
great.
trusted the wrong people. Like you would have
in
put
the,
your you
I
would have
wouldn't put
banked
him
you
at
would have put your
fault
money?
for that
Yes, you would.
because he was just standing up for what
He
he
put
believed
his
in. It's
money
not
on the
my
wrong
fault.
horse, bro. That's what
Okay,
happened. He put his money on
okay,
the wrong horse. He
I'm not
shouldn't have
gonna
said all
blame him
that
for that.
stuff. I'm gonna
Sure,
blame him
why
for what
not?
he said to why would you dog out your other like former PGA members who decided to see the writing on the wall before you? And because you got
They didn't
tricked
because
by
at the
Jay
time they
Moynihan,
didn't see because they didn't see the
Valid
writing on the wall. They
point.
took the money. They just took the money. They
yes,
wanted to get
Hmm.
paid. It
they
wasn't
saw
because
what
they
was
saw the
but
writing on the wall.
no,
You're
they
giving
saw
you're
what was gonna
giving some
happen.
guys that are not the smartest tools like a lot of
No,
credit.
I'm
Give them a
saying
lot of
like
credit.
no, that it's the same thing. Like that if you it's the same thing that happened to the NBA and the ABA. It's the same thing.
I don't know that, so I don't know.
Yeah, like you
That
have
was
to
like
like
before my time.
well, it was before my time too, but I, read.
Oh, he reads.
Anyways, I'm not gonna blame Rory for standing up for the tour when it looked like nobody else was gonna fight for it, and he wanted to be the voice, so he stepped up and was the voice. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I think he gets what he deserves for what he says.
It's ridiculous.
How's that ridiculous? If he's got to stand on it, right? You just
What
said he's got to
he
stand on
did stand
business.
on
This
it,
is
and they
good.
went
No,
behind his
this is
back
really
and
good.
signed the
This is
deal. He
really
didn't know
good.
I
about the
know,
deal.
and then he looked dumb for standing on something that he didn't actually have all the information of what was really going to happen.
I hope our listeners enjoy this as much as I am right now.
I don't think you have the picture correct though. You're acting
How
like
so?
everyone in the whole world knew that they were going to sign. The whole golf world was shocked when the signing happened. The entire golf world was shocked.
No, except for the guys that were on live, they knew what was going to happen, right? So at least half the
Dude,
guys knew.
they didn't know. They just took the money 2 years before because they wanted the money. That had nothing to do with the deal that was going to ensue in 2 years.
So you're going to sit here and say that Phil and Greg Norman didn't see, was Phil not right with
Greg
everything that he
Norman,
said?
Greg Norman is not a golfer. Greg Norman is the person who's running live. Maybe he was pushing for it, but
Greg
nobody
Norman was a golfer though.
Yeah, back in the day, he's not
Yeah, I know.
currently
So
competing.
back when he played, just like before Live even existed, everyone's playing as third-party contractors and signing 1099s.
I
They got,
understand that.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. So they all saw that as soon as people started taking guaranteed contracts and real money, that it was going to shift how golf worked because now the PGA couldn't trick these guys into being third-party contractors where you get taxed out the ass and not actually have any safe like benefits to your job that puts your life on the line and puts your body on the line.
I
Think about there's only
understand.
one Tiger, there's only one guy, there's one Rory that he's breaded. He doesn't need to worry about if I blow my elbow out, I can't feed my family because I can't make any money playing golf and PGA is not going to help me do shit.
I understand the argument that you were saying, and I understand what Greg Norman has always stood on. I'm not
So
saying that
Rory
that's
should
invalid.
understand that as well.
I'm just saying that Rory was passionate in fighting for that you earn money based on playing good golf. And that's what the PGA Tour was about. I get it that it's not financially stable. I understand that it's not fair to those
That's
who
not what
barely
he
make
was
cuts.
standing on. He didn't stand on that. You can listen to his quotes.
All right.
He said they were lesser players for taking the money.
This is
Yeah,
really
because
good.
That they were
It is.
scared. That's
are
that's
scared.
not true. How is that scared?
Because you win money for winning tournaments. So if you want to go take guaranteed money, you're scared that you're not going to win tournaments. That seems like simple addition to me.
Okay.
Make this a segment.
Either way, Roy should just not say anything. That's what I'm saying.
I think there needed to be a face, and he was willing to take the heat.
And
for
then
it.
that face fell in the mud.
Okay.
Looked dumb.
And so I'd like to see him do really well and dominate, and so he can stand on it.
No.
I never said he didn't look dumb. I just said I appreciate someone standing up for something they believe in.
And I'm saying that's not what he believed in. That's what he was told to believe in. That's what I think. That's why he tried to backtrack his comments.
That's what you
now.
think, or that's what you know?
Did he not backtrack the comments or no?
He
Did he
has
try to
to. He's in
backtrack?
the PGA Tour. He
That's
can't bash
what
the
I'm
PGA
saying.
Tour.
No, he backtracked his comments on Live. He dogged
Yeah, because
Live
they're
out,
combined
and
with
then
them now.
exactly
It's all
that's my
together.
point. So he looks dumb now that he has to backtrack. So you're saying that's what he believed in, but he's not really
did
standing on
believe in it.
business because now he's backtracking because now he realizes that
he has
what he
no
believed in
choice
was
to.
dumb.
Well, it's dumb now because there's no choice. It's his league is under those terms now. What is he supposed to do?
That's my point. He shouldn't have said anything in the first place, and
I
seen
don't
exactly what
agree with
everyone
that.
else seen.
I don't agree with that. If that's what everyone else saw, then the best golfers in the world would not have stayed on tour.
Okay. Was Rom not number one golfer in the world when he left?
No, he left after he started losing to Scheffler. And guess what? Go read what Rom's talking about now. He wish he never did that because his competitive edge has never been the same since he signed that live contract.
Well, now he's gonna be back, right? So
I mean, who knows? But to circle back to what the original start was, I think it's a great
Yeah.
start because I do think the match is going to be really special. And I think it's going to come at a time when golf is dead. Like obviously the Tour Championship was last week. Shout out to Scotty for an unreal season. Um, and I think
Where
the
were they
fact that
playing that he shot 30 under par?
so he started at 20 under though.
yeah,
It's handicapped based on
Oh,
where
I
you are
was
in the
so
in the
you get
FedEx
like
Cup
a
rankings.
head start.
I was
It's
like, what the hell? That was
It's
yeah.
I thought
based
it was
over
like a
three.
world
It's
record.
based over 3 weeks.
Okay.
No, it's the whole season. It's the FedEx Cup. But
No, I'm
those
saying when they start the tournament, that like it's
the
3 weeks with
3 weeks
yeah.
that weighs way heavily
So
on
like
the Tour Championship.
yeah, so
Glad I
like
opened up
you
another
start
can of worms
no
there.
no no you start like you get like a boost if you're like in the
It's
at the
basically set up
beginning.
so that if you're the leader in the PGA Tour the whole season, that you should win the Tour Championship. It's
He
not
had
that
like a
everyone goes
five
back to an
stroke
even.
lead. He had like a
Gotcha.
5 stroke lead or
It's
something
like
like that
it's
Gotcha.
going
like
into the tournament.
20, 18, 16. It like goes down. So like I think Shoffley was under him to start, and then someone I don't remember what the order was, but it's based off your rankings going into it.
That
Yeah,
adds up.
That's pretty
like
new though, I think.
last
I think it's
four or
within
5 years.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
four or
say
5 years.
5 years.
Like Colin played amazing,
He
but
just
like
couldn't
he's
catch
just
up the
so far
crowd.
behind.
I
Yeah,
think he started like 6 strokes back, so it's like how are you
yeah,
gonna make that up?
yeah. No, like he shot something crazy on the last day. He shot like a
Yeah,
65 or
he
something
ran
like
off
that.
crazy birdies in a
Yeah,
row too, and that course is not easy. East Lake is not easy.
no, he was good.
Um, I have a baby start, but then I have my real one. Since we're on golf, I want to talk about it. So at the Tour Championship, they did a Creator Classic. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm sure Tommy did with Fat Perez being in there, but the YouTubers and like golf content creators had a tournament the Wednesday of the Tour Championship, usually when the Pro Am is, and it was televised and it was on Peacock. And like, I don't know what the prize was, but there was a real prize. And I just want to give ups to the PGA Tour because for like the past 4 or 5 years, they've basically like shut the door on all these content creators and said, like, that's not your space to be here with the PGA Tour. It's two separate things, blah, blah, blah. But they're finally opening their door to it. And I just think it's pretty dope because like, I would say the growth of the sport of golf has probably come more from those content creators than the actual sport of golf itself professionally. So I think the fact that they're giving the nod to them and giving them the platform to do that is pretty dope.
How'd
Uh,
FP do?
I don't think he did very hot, but the way Bob put it was, he was like an unreal showman. Like clearly
I
had
was
one of the
surprised there.
biggest crowds. Like a bunch of people were pulling for him, and he didn't have his best stuff, but like everyone left happy, and he made sure everyone felt like appreciated for following him and everything. So pretty dope.
Did Front Porch Dad go?
I don't know if he was in it. It was
No.
like, but like the thing is, like they're all real golfers, the ones that were in it. Like the winner, they played 8 holes, and then the top four went into a playoff on the ninth hole, and the winner was -3 on the day, I think, over 9 holes
Yeah.
at East Lake. So like these guys are like, they're
Yeah, they're
legit
good.
players.
It's like one of those dude. What was the dude that I think we talked about him. He could have been a pro, or like he tried to go pro and then he decided to do YouTube golf instead. We talked
I mean,
about
like
it
the
in one
good
episode.
guys, for example, if anyone, like they're all guys that like probably played in college or had a chance to play on like some mini tours and stuff, but are
Yeah.
doing the content stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so it was pretty dope. I tuned in for a little bit. I just thought it was pretty cool. And like, I
Nice.
don't
I didn't
know.
even know that was happening.
We're over here making content. Who knows? You know, who knows? Who knows?
They would definitely want you on to play.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't.
would get buried. I would get buried.
I'll
I'd be up
never
there
step
shooting like
anywhere
plus
near
30.
anything like that, but
I don't know.
Uh,
Those courses might serve you well, like playing
I
some
just take the
tips.
2 iron and just let it
Yeah.
roll. Hope for
Yeah.
the best. All right, we're gonna switch gears. This is gonna be good. This order actually worked out well because I have a football one, and we're gonna start talking a little more football here to end the pod out. I'm gonna go ahead and sit someone here. Tommy probably saw this. I don't know if Jared saw this. I kind of hope he did because it's hilarious. I'm gonna sit the bald community for attacking Brock Bowers. over the past few
I
days.
did not see this.
Talked about this today, actually.
So for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, Brock Bowers had a locker room interview the other day where basically it was just him like saying he's excited to start week 1 against the Chargers. I think they're playing and all this. And clearly the guy is losing it up here. He's got,
Bald,
he's
bro.
balding pretty far back. It looks like his hair is kind of just sitting on top of the bald head and all this. And the bald community, specifically the bald sports fan community, just took it upon themselves to come together and tell him he needs to let it go. And I just think that is unreal. Like I've never seen a group of people that don't know each other that are all for the same cause attack a single person for
Pretty
something
good,
so
dude.
harmless.
Pretty good.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. If you go on Twitter and you look up Brock Bowers right now, the only thing that will come up is about him needing to be bald. And I think it's hilarious. I think it's so funny because who cares? Like the guy
Yeah.
wears a helmet for a living. Like you're not even gonna see his head. So
Yeah.
why does it
Derek
matter?
White is another thing. Like, but yeah, if you have a helmet on all the time, like, who cares?
With
Right,
that
you're
being said, it might be his best decision to let it
dude.
go.
And I'll say, look, I think I've said it on the pod
It's
too.
bad,
Like
man. It's
it's
bad.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But I think I've said this on the pod. I'm not afraid of baldness, so I don't want any of our potential bald listeners to think I'm over here saying something bad about baldness. I've said this to Jared. I think I've said it on the pod. Like if I start to lose it, I'm cool. Shaving it. I'll rock the beard, keep the fade, put a hat on. I'll be straight. Like it'll be okay. Brock Bowers is going to be making millions in the NFL for however long he stays healthy. Like, I don't think it really matters if he stays bald or if he keeps his hair, if he goes bald. Like,
No,
who
it
cares?
doesn't.
But this group of people, man, they
Yeah.
just attacked the guy. It
That
was
poor
so
guy,
funny.
man.
It was so
We actually frequently talk about hairlines around here, so seeing that Brock Bowers discourse made me laugh a lot.
Why do you guys
bro.
talk about hairlines all the time?
Yeah, what was those conversations?
Um,
Is Drake losing it? I haven't seen Drake in a while.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I'm not gonna like throw anyone under the bus here, but I'm
Look,
just hairlines.
I got a cul-de-sac up
Hey
here.
man,
Hairlines
I'm
are
not
hey
afraid of
man,
it. Like,
I'm ready to drive the bus. Let me know.
hairlines are often a topic of conversation in our house. It's just a thing that comes up, and honestly, like once you start noticing the corners on people, you never like. I'm not gonna lie, like I check corners, like I'm looking for the corners out in public. I don't like purposely do it, but I find myself, I'm like, oh, it's going back.
inter-
Is that
interesting.
I've never heard that before. Check corners, huh?
I mean, I say I have a
Corners,
cul-de-sac
bro.
because I got a little cul-de-sac up here, which is
Yeah,
fine.
that's
Like
like a. It's not bad, Luke. It's like a swooping eagle corner up there.
that sounds
What
awful.
the hell? Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm guessing it. You have a solid hairline. You have a solid
I'm
hairline.
Yeah,
fine
I don't
with
have
my
to.
hair. I have
Yeah,
no issues. I don't
my
know.
grandpa had full head of hair until he's 95. So
Killer
Yeah, my
Trav.
family has
Speaking of
hair.
hairstyles,
Yeah, it's
Killer
bad.
Trav needs to buzz his head again because that
Yeah,
hair was awful.
I saw a tweet that said Travis Kelce sat in his barber chair and said, "Yeah, f me up for week 1." That's what it looked like.
His corners look rough, dude.
Well, and then the
It-
stash and like it's just. But again, the guy wears a helmet for a living. Like he's in the
yeah,
public eye for
Jared,
other
he's
so you've
dating.
reasons.
He's
never,
dating Taylor Swift. Let him
He's
live.
yeah,
sad, bro.
Jared,
If he
Jared, you've
like,
never worried about corners because you just have industrialized '90s up there, so it doesn't really matter for you.
see,
Whatever the
this is
heck
an
that
interesting
means.
conversation.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
I don't
even.
know how
What
do
the
you how
what
do
I
the
you
could
go
hell
talk
does
on?
that
about this
mean?
all day. We should get Draco. We should get Draco back on here and just talk hairlines
What
for a
does
while because
industrial '90s mean?
He's saying
your
that
your '90s are
you have a
impenetrable.
90 degree
Look at
angle
that
right
90
here.
degree angle you have right there. That's
Uh,
like
I told you, both my grandfathers had full head
it's
of hair.
great. It's great.
So
Honestly, if we are in a pinch, we could get Drake on here and talk hairlines, and it would be a good episode. I'm not kidding.
I
Hairlines.
don't know if I can believe that.
I don't.
No, I'm kidding.
If
I'm
two of
not
the
kidding.
three of the co-hosts don't want to talk hairlines for an hour, I don't know if it's the one. Like
I
I don't
can
know.
talk hairlines for as long as we need to,
I
fellas.
know that's just a
So
sick.
let's move
I'm
on
just
to what's next on
It's
the
a good
all
agenda.
right. Hot take.
Hot take, hot take. So I told these fellas before we were recording that we would like, because we're going to talk football. I'd like to, last year we did our predictions, who's going to win, blah, 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 all that. Not as fun. I want each of us to bring a hot take to the table about NFL. It can be football related, it can be fantasy football related, it can be coach related. I don't really care what it is. I just want one hot take from each of us. And look, I don't know who wants to kick us off. Jared, you want to kick us off?
No.
I can kick us off. Mine's
You can kick us off.
I've already put mine in the
I want to
world.
see. I want to see what else I'm working with here.
So all the recent power rankings have come out from all the big media outlets and all this, and dead last for every single one of them is always the Carolina Panthers. I'm going out here right now and I'm saying the Carolina Panthers are going to win 7 games this year. I think 7 games for them to go 7-10 is not that crazy for them. Now, because I think people think they're going to win
How
3 and
many did they
4
win
again.
last year? 4?
Like 3, I want to say 3 or
Okay,
4. Like
got
they
it.
were
Just curious.
horrible. I think they were the
That's
worst team in the league
generous,
again.
Carolina. That's
I so here's my thing. Boom. Brand new coaching staff. They clean slate. They got everything new. You have an uber talented second year QB who showed flashes last year. He's behind one of the worst O lines in the league, and he still showed flashes with his
So
number
he's
one
gonna
wide
die.
receiver, with his number one wide receiver being Adam Thielen, right? So you're looking at a guy back there who, like, Jared's pumping his fist because Jared and Adam Thielen could switch places right now and people wouldn't know. That's what he's like. That's what's going
hey,
on.
come on.
I
So
like that. Yeah.
we got Bryce Young, who's extremely talented. He's shown that. We just need to get him in a comfortable situation. They got him a weapon. Granted, Deontay Johnson isn't some superstar, but if Deontay Johnson was able to put up numbers catching the ball from Kenny Pickett, I think he can catch the ball from Bryce Young in a good situation. 3,
Bad
their
point.
offensive coordinator has completely revamped their offense. It's back to an offense that's going to suit Bryce Young's play style. The whole preseason, they were running quick reads. They were moving him inside and out the pocket. They were letting him get comfortable, use his legs, which is probably one of the best part of his game. And he looked really solid in the preseason. 4, they were the worst team in the league last year. That means they're going to have the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. I don't think
Is
it's
that how
crazy
it
to.
works?
That is how it works.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why the Chiefs have the hardest schedule.
They have the hardest schedule, which is pretty
Interesting.
impressive why they go back to back, right? But I also
Yeah.
think that helps them. Like, they dropped a few games they probably shouldn't have in the or in the early season last year, but like a team like that figures out how to win hard games leading to the playoffs. So I think that
Yeah.
ultimately helps them, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
But back to what I was saying, they're gonna have the easiest schedule in the league, and their division isn't something that's like some crazy division, right?
No, they have the worst division, don't they?
Like, I mean,
The
shout out
NFC
to my guy
South was the
Carter.
worst.
They got the Saints up there. Carter's
Carter,
pulling for
they
the Saints.
suck, man.
I didn't say anything this time. The Falcons, who are the favorites, the Buccaneers, who just threw the bag at Baker. And look, I'm a Baker believer, but who, NFL fans alike can interpret that however they want. And then you got
NFC
the
South
Panthers.
sucks.
They get to play those teams 6
5
times.
seats, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So you're doing that. You're combining
win
that.
4 out of those
Panthers
games,
win
man.
week 1.
They play the Saints week
They're in
1.
the Superdome.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can beat the Saints week 1 in the Superdome. Would I love to see it? Of course, I would love to
Carter,
see a Bryce
they're
Young.
cooking the Saints, Carter.
But that is my bold prediction. That's my hot take. I don't think
It's gonna be so bad.
Panthers
Taysom
are
Hill's
going to
gonna
be.
line up on quarterback
Oh, geez.
second half.
Well, okay, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
The QB room over there in New Orleans is already
QB
under
room
fire.
over there is on. Yeah, that place.
Yeah, you're
But
putting
I
your money
think
on Derek Carr. Oh god.
No, I'm going out right here, right now, saying that the Panthers are going to win 7 games, and I get that's not some crazy number, but with the fact that everyone is putting them
It's
last,
a
like
crazy number.
7-10 doesn't make them worse in the league, and I can see it. So that's my hot take.
That might win the conference.
They
win
also
the division.
That
win the
might,
division.
honestly.
They also drafted an
Division, yeah.
extremely talented running back that's going to come back mid-season, and they're going to be able to start running things through him, Jonathan Brooks too. So like,
Yeah.
I just think they're trying to set the young guys up, and I don't think it's a bad play. Like, I think they're going to look solid. Solid might be
I don't hate that, Luke. I don't hate that.
I have a hot take. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
You saw where I went, and you.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I know where I'm going. I'm going the opposite way.
Jeez.
My hot take is that the Jets and Aaron Rodgers are going to suck.
Okay.
That's a hot take. That's spicy.
A lot of people aren't going to agree with that. I
They're
think a
gonna
lot of
suck.
people aren't going to agree with mine too. Can I hear a reasoning, or is that just like?
Yeah, that's spicy. I reckon.
So here's my reasoning. So here 2 things. Okay, so
By the way, I
Define
don't think
suck,
they're
by
gonna
the
do
way,
that.
too. If you need like,
huh?
define suck. Like, if you could put like a
Like, they're missing
numeric
playoffs.
value.
Based on where they're being projected, I would okay, let's
Like,
say
do you think they're going to make playoffs? Yeah, I guess that's a good.
Yeah, I think they might make a wild card game. I think they're going to finish 500.
Okay.
Maybe
not
Can't
like
finish
making a wild
500
card game,
anymore
it's
though.
okay.
It's fine.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Dang. Okay, so give me
8-9, you think, or 9-8?
Sure, yeah, 8-9. No, I'm gonna go 8-9 because I got
their division is not very strong anymore either.
Yo, so here's my thing. So 2 things. One, I think being like everything's hinged on Aaron Rodgers, and I love that Aaron Rodgers is a NorCal guy. Shout out him. But to be that old and to come back from that injury and like all the stuff that he was saying, like I'm gonna be back last season. I'm just like, bro, there's no way. Like, and nothing. I don't have any insight into the mentality of Aaron Rodgers other than he does some weird stuff. But like, we all saw the drop off from any other athlete that's came back from a Achilles injury, and like Kobe is probably the toughest mentally, like of the biggest names that we know, and he was younger,
Yeah, I was
and you
gonna
could
say.
still and you could still see the clear difference. And Luke and Tommy, you can tell me if I'm wrong because this is the other reason why I'm thinking of this. And less like I don't know how well. I mean, I'm sure it's repaired, but like, correct me if I'm wrong, but playing quarterback, like you have to use your Achilles to drop back every time
Yeah,
you like.
100%.
So that muscle is being used. Like you could play basketball and like kind of hide a little bit, like protect the Achilles per se, right? Like no negative steps, like in a way you could catch and shoot, you could play a little slower, right? But in quarterback, if he plays slow or if he drops back slow, he's getting crushed. And
Yeah.
then to be able to plant and then deliver the ball. And then my last part, like again, I don't have the same knowledge that you guys have. I feel like it's to put a lot of pressure on Brees Hall, who ended up having a good year last year because they had nothing else. And I think that now meshing him with Aaron Rodgers and how that, like, I'll just be interested to see how that works. Because, you know, sometimes, like, handoff heavy running backs, like, they may not always, like, Aaron Rodgers is going to take control and, like, try to dominate the play calling. So that's just,
So,
I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't hate the take about the Aaron Rodgers thing because I'm also skeptical to see how the comeback comes to fruition. Uh, Couple reasons
Their
why I'm going to
defense is
disagree.
elite,
Their
though.
defense is they're one of the probably top 8 defensive in the league, just straight up. And Saleh is a great defensive coach. Um,
What he does.
I think if Aaron Rodgers is at all healthy, if Aaron Rodgers is on the field, it changes the way that offense is run because I don't even if he's hobbling on one leg, that's a top 10 arm talent in the league, top 5 all time probably, right? And so Brees at heart is a receiving back at ASU. He played or at Iowa State. He caught a lot of passes and was heavily used in the screen game. So I think they can kind of use him as like a plug and
So
play
he's going to
weapon.
shift from
He's
what he
gonna
did
get
last year.
peppered with targets.
He's
Essentially,
gonna get
what you're saying.
I think he's gonna be used all around the field. And we saw Garrett Wilson, I think he clips 1,000 yards with a revolving door of QBs that probably are just as good as any of three of us, right? So you're looking at another extremely talented
That's
wide
I
receiver that we've
mean,
probably not even tapped into his
he's
potential. So
building
I
us
don't know.
up
It's
right
gonna be
there, Jay.
tough.
I'll take it.
yeah.
Dude, I mean, this guy, Zach Wilson, like he showed some splashes, but my goodness, dude, like throw a
Yeah.
pass.
Awful. He was ass.
But like I said, I think the Aaron Rodgers take is not a bad one because especially to like put the whole like comeback aside and everything, it was like correct me if I'm wrong, it was like an experimental surgery too. Like it was different from the normal
Yeah, it
Achilles
Yeah,
was.
he was
fix
like he was
too.
trying
He
to he
almost
was
came
trying to
back.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to come back.
So like I don't know, man. I don't know. Like
Aaron's
I
a
just
nut
feel like
job.
all
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
it's like, dude, like it's just such a dangerous job. So it's
yeah,
like you're
like you're
just
gonna
like
get
you,
beat up. Like
dude.
I
Yeah,
hate it.
there's and he's not mobile, right? Like now you're even less mobile than like you
If it was
were.
young Aaron, it'd be different.
Yeah,
I
like
don't think he's
dude,
moving like
like
he
you're
used to.
just gonna get hit, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
we'll
I
see. I don't know.
I think
They,
the other
I don't
the
think
other
they
thing
win
that
week
I'll
one.
say,
That's for sure.
Yeah,
the other thing I
they
think
got
too
the Niners.
is it's a lot hard. It's a lot harder when the expectations are high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now it's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers back, we're gonna be good. Like, is he really back though?
Yeah, it'll be interesting
Be
sight.
interesting.
So you got them going. You said 8-9 or 9-8.
8-9.
8-9. You got the Jets not making 500. I got the Panthers going 7-10. Tommy, what do you got for us?
That was this one's spicy. This one's spicy. I've seen power rankings, and this team's not supposed to do good, but I've got the Las Vegas Raiders making the playoffs
No,
this
that's a
year.
homer pick. One of the
It's a
team
homer
homer
pick, and it's
picks.
a hot take. It's a homer pick, and it's a hot
Definitely, it's a
take.
hot take. I'll say that.
I have the Las Vegas Raiders making the playoffs this year. I have them sneaking in. It has to be the wild card because they're
Well,
not.
yeah, their division's bad too. Other than
Chiefs are
No,
gonna.
I mean,
Can't
I think the
see.
Chargers will be decent actually. So I don't think it's going to be an easy win.
Um, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Their defense is finally here. It's
I think
finally
Max
here.
Crosby might be DPOY this year.
We've waited a long, long time as Raiders fans to see a good defense, and it's here. They've got really good defensive backs that are flying around. They look good at the end of the year last year. They had great camp, good preseason. Like you said, Max Crosby is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He's an absolute problem. They have some good edge rushers that they drafted that are talented and can play off Crosby, be better. The defense is going to be a problem. All I need is for Gardner Minshew to just find 17. Just find Devontae Adams, arguably the best receiver in the league, best route runner in the league. Just
Yeah,
find him, feed him. If Michael Pittman can do what Michael Pittman did with Gardner Minshew last
it's a
year,
great point.
there is you. I'm convinced. I'm convinced Adams is going to have a great year, and if Adams is having a good year, the Raiders are going to be good.
They're going to be humming.
Zamir White. I know you, Luke, didn't love Zamir White, but Zamir White was a good running back when it was his backfield. He ran all over the Chiefs. I think he had like 150 yards on Christmas Day against them. He's shown that he has the talent to be a bell cow running back. Like they have the pieces. They have the pieces, and then on top of all that, I love what Antonio Pierce is doing. I think
Yeah, I think
that
Who's
guy
that's
their
the
just
best
quarterback?
part.
gets it. Gardner
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew Magic.
Mm,
Antonio Pierce
talk
just
about a
gets it.
mustache.
Yeah,
That's a head coach who is for the players. He builds everybody up. I saw a video. He takes the time to go through warm-ups. He finds every player stretch and he gives him a high five, gives him a dap, whatever. Like that he's just happy to be the head coach of the football team.
yeah,
And he embodies what the Raiders are, the real Oakland Raiders vibe. I know they're in Vegas now, but he gets that Oakland Raiders swagger that the Raiders had when they were good. And they're going to win games this year. They're going to win games this year, and they're going to surprise people. They're going to sneak into the playoffs. That's my hot take.
I think it's a wild
Hot
card.
take.
I'm not mad at it. I'm a believer in Garner. I think I've said that.
Yeah, you have.
I think he's gonna air it out. He's gonna have some bad games. Don't get me wrong. It's
For
Gardner
sure, he's
Minshew,
going to have some
but
off
he's
games.
fearless. That's what I like
That's
about
what I'm
Minshew.
saying. He's
He's
fearless.
fearless.
He's
So
not no Derek Carr. We're not getting to the 10-yard line. He's throwing it. He's throwing it through
being
the uprights on fourth and
hesitant, yeah.
he's gonna force feed. He's gonna throw some horrible interceptions, but he's gonna force feed.
No,
Tom, what do you think about the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
no. I was just gonna say I'm not mad at it. I will say it is a tough division. I think just because it like the
I think the Broncos will be
that
better than people think.
I don't the
Raiders
Broncos
haven't
are
lost in like 3 years though, so
the Broncos defense still has life. Like you got PS2 who's
he's
top
great.
3 corner in the league. So that's going to be a problem no matter who else is on the defense. Um the Chiefs are the Chiefs and I think the Chargers they have talent
They have
and
talent.
if Harbaugh coaches them the way that he's shown that he can coach teams, they're not going to be an easy out. Like I don't know if they're going to be good, but they're not going to be an easy out. So like
They have talent for sure.
yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the take at all. I don't. And like I said, I do think Max Crosby is a heavy DPOY candidate this year. I think he's gonna have a monster year.
The psychopath.
No, he's a crazy person. What were you gonna
What are you
say,
gonna
Jared?
ask, Jared?
I was gonna ask, what do you? I saw today on ESPN News. What do you feel about the Devontae trying to squash all the "I'm not happy" stuff?
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to be in Vegas. Like he said it today. He wants to be there. And I mean, last year I don't blame him for being mad. Did you guys watch Receivers? Like
Well, I watched the episodes with that he was in. Like,
and it
yeah,
goes back to when I was literally sick to my stomach questioning fandom when they signed Jimmy G. Like he was never the answer ever. That guy sucks. He's awful, terrible. I don't know why he's like he must be a good locker room guy, but even then, I don't know. Devontae Adams legitimately hated that, which is crazy. Like
Yeah,
that was nuts. So I don't blame him
I
for
think you get spoiled having Aaron, right?
yeah. I was gonna say you got
spoiled,
prime
bro.
top
Like
three
He's
quarterback of
like,
all
he's
time,
like, wait, hold
arguably.
on. He's like, you don't do this,
spoiled.
you don't do this, you can't
And
do this. It's like,
even
what
he
the
had good
f did I sign up
chemistry.
for?
Even he had great chemistry with Derek Carr. Like he was doing well with Derek. Obviously,
Yeah,
Derek is Derek, but like Derek was getting him the rock and he was performing. Jimmy just blows. I let's call a spade here, fellas. That guy sucks.
You and Niner fans are gonna agree with that one. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
I
one
don't
thing they
ever
can't agree on.
I don't ever want
Yeah.
to see him being a starting quarterback in the league again because he doesn't deserve it. He can
Jeez.
be a serviceable backup that's good to have around, but
Isn't it? It's crazy that
don't
those two
start that
teams,
guy.
though historic franchises, are nowhere near each other anymore. It's kind of crazy to think about.
I was
I
talking
mean,
about this the other day with
the
Like
some
price
no
tag
team
is
in the
different.
Bay.
the
Yeah,
fact
no
that
team in the Bay
Oakland
is
doesn't
crazy.
have like after next year, the fact that Oakland won't have a sports team is like that just sucks.
Just
Yeah.
shows you, man. Well, I never mind. Luke doesn't want me to talk about that stuff.
We don't
So
have to talk about that, but like it just sucks. Like that's sad. They used to have the Coliseum and Oracle right there, three teams in literally 200 feet.
just I'm gonna say one thing because Luke's looking at me crazy. The people that make the decisions were very short sighted and ignorant in those decisions.
Yeah, missed opportunities.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but if
politicians,
you
man.
want to come watch the A's, they'll be here in
Head over to
Sacramento. So there you
Sacramento. It'll
go.
be a good time in the 916. But
There you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
yeah,
There's some light there. I like it though, fellas. I like it though. Should have seen Tommy's coming, but I like the
yeah,
takes. We will revisit this throughout the season. I think it's something like if one of them looks really good or one of them looks really bad or comes to fruition, we should definitely do that. I think out the gate, mine probably has the best chance of looking horrible, which I'm fine with. And that's why it's a hot take. Now, let's go ahead. Let's circle into our starting five here. We're gonna take the starting five a little different. Full football today. We're gonna build a football lineup. Now, I don't know if you guys want to take it fantasy wise or take it real football wise. Mine's more real football catered, but you can take whatever you like we always do for starting fives. But we're doing starting five, current NFL football, and you have to take one QB, one running back, two wide receivers, a defensive player, and then your walk on could be literally whatever you want. Like we kind of just left that up to whatever you want. So, complete new format for this one. I think it will be fun. We'll mix it up a little bit and see what everyone's thinking. I
let's do it, man.
I'm not gonna pull up the randomizer. Jared, I'm cool with you having first pick. Tommy, I don't. You can have third if you want. I'll take last. That's fine.
sure.
I'll take
Fine with me.
second. If
I'll
that's
go
how we
third.
want to roll.
I'll
Yeah,
go
You go
I'm
third.
good
third.
with
All
it.
right, Jared, me, Tommy, let's roll. And
And we can
again,
go,
any
yeah,
true
same order,
walk-on
any
passer,
order.
any position, whatever you want, because it will change. Like, because if like you two take like if you and I take quarterbacks, and Tommy might want to take his number one running. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
changes how you want
yeah,
to draft.
it's like
So
a normal fantasy draft. Yeah, got
yeah,
it. So with that being said, this is uh, this might be a bad decision, but whatever. I'm gonna take my defensive player first,
Hmm.
just because I really feel like I like this guy. I like this guy, even though I just dogged his team out. Give me Sauce Gardner.
I think it's a really good take. I think it's a
That's a
really good
good
pick.
pick.
Like great defense. You might do your job. If Aaron can do his job, then maybe my
Hey,
take will look really
Sauce
bad.
been working hard on his golf game too, bro.
Yeah, that's the other reason, bro. The video of him making his simulator is actually hilarious.
He's so funny. I like
What
Yeah,
a
Sauce.
nice simulator it was too. My
yeah,
goodness.
it was good. Good lord.
But no, I don't think that's a bad take. Like arguably one of the best defensive players in the league. So
I just
like
wanted to
at the
kind of
number
set the
one.
stage. Usually we're all about offense here, but I wanted
Yeah,
to
no,
change
I
it up.
like that. I like that. I mean, shoot, since I got it, I'm just gonna take my quarterback. I'm gonna take Pat Mahomes. I think I'd be stupid not to take Pat at the two here.
Yep, that's
He's the
best
best
football
quarterback
player
in the
in the world.
league. Yeah, the only person that's anywhere close to a Brady debate right now. So you can't not have him. So if I have the choice, I'm gonna take him.
Like it. Um, I'll go receiver here first.
Nice.
Yeah, this guy's the best in the world, I think, hands down. I said Adams has a case, but this guy's young and upcoming. He's to me, he's the best. No matter who the QB is, give me Jets here.
Yep.
Jettis,
That's
Justin.
what I take.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, then I'm gonna go over to. I'm gonna go defense here, and I'm gonna get him off the board, Luke, before you do. I'm going Max Crosby here. I want Max Crosby.
It's fine. I didn't have him
I
as
don't
my
know if you were
defensive
gonna take
take,
him,
so it's
but
fine.
I Crosby.
No, that'll work. Our boards are still okay. This is great. This is great for me. I'm just gonna move down the list. I'm gonna go to running back, and I'm gonna take Christian McCaffrey. Look, my list is gonna look a little boring, little stick to the
Get your
playbook.
guys,
But
bro. Get your
I
guys.
mean, look, Pat's the number one player in the league. I'd say without debate, Christian McCaffrey's the number one running back in the league.
I
So
agree with that.
let's just keep it rolling. I can't be upset with those picks.
Oh, it's on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So same thing. I'm trying to build my best team possible for me. Maybe not the best available, but the type of team we're trying to build over here in this camp. So at quarterback, give me CJ Stroud.
I'm at it. I think
That
he's
was going to
a.
be one of my other hot takes that he was.
I
I think
think
he's going to win MVP.
yeah, I think he's the front runner right now in the
Yeah,
public eye at least.
yeah, for sure.
He's
Yeah,
so good.
no. And this is a bias pick. I will honestly admit it. And this is just me putting good, really, really, really good energy out here because I think it's gonna. I need this guy to really take care of business. He is on the best team in the league. Give me Pacheco at the running back.
That boy runs hard, man.
Yeah, runs hard, man. That's what we want out of our players. We want guys that are really gonna be committed.
An angry runner.
Yeah.
Angry runner, that is for sure. Okay, we're gonna move to the wide receiver. We're gonna move to the most dynamic player in the league. Give me Tyreek Hill at my first wide receiver spot.
I love it.
Yeah, I think the offense I'm building here is looking pretty ridiculous. That's for sure. And my defensive players on the board, and you guys already took yours, so I'm cool with that. And yeah, so give me Tyreek Hill at the wide receiver position.
Love it. I'll fill out the quarterback here. Got to take this guy. He's the next best quarterback in the league. If he's not, if you guys think the other two are better, I'm going Lamar here. Lamar Jackson.
Really,
Missed
personally,
that throw tonight, but he's ridiculous, bro.
I'd personally give Josh the number 2 nod, but I understand
Yeah,
he's a little
yeah.
bit of a
I'm
wild
not
card.
mad
But I
at
think
that.
with the way he plays, you're gonna have to accept the wild cardness.
Yeah, no, I love Josh, so I'm not mad at that. And then running back here, um, I think this guy's gonna break out sooner or later. Give me Bijan.
Oh man, I love Bijan.
Bijan.
I
Scotty Luke
love
will not stop
Bijan,
talking
man.
about Bijan,
Give
man.
me
Oh my
Bijan here. If
god.
we're talking
Oh,
strict talent, he's the
oh
guy.
man.
He's the
You're
guy.
talking about a guy that is electric. Mike, every time he touches the football, you think of highlight plays
I
happening.
just
That's the
think of
type of
that
player
first
he's
touchdown
on.
he had in the league, bro.
Oh, hanging in the Louvre, man. Hang it in the
Hang
Louvre.
it in the. That's what a touchdown looks like.
Jeez, dude. It's just like, bro, how underutilized he was last year and the amount of like murders he had with the ball. Like the guy is just spectacular. How can you not
Just
enjoy it?
don't bring that guy down.
Yeah, man, shout out to Bijan. I missed out on him in every single one of my leagues or the leagues that I had influence on. And yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad because that was my number one guy coming into the year. Okay. Um Jared has both his wide receivers still left, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish my wide receiver spot so that I can be I can be safe here. I'm gonna take a page out of Jared's book. I'm gonna double down on one of my guys this year that I need to perform in order to see greener pastures. Give me the Sun God. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
good pick.
think
love that
I
guy.
mean one of the safest receivers in the league, I'd say right now. You need a
So
third down
good.
pickup. You're gonna look 14's way. So yeah, give
Like
me
it.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
This is awesome. My team is really shaping up well. I just need my right receivers, so I'll make this easy. Again, bias pick. Need this guy to go crazy. I think he will go crazy. He just got his money. Give me CD.
Yep.
CD on one side, and then I'm all about getting my guys paid. So this guy had to fight for it, but I think same thing. Gonna be on one of the better teams. Give me Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk,
And then
Sierra's finest
Brandon
on the other
Ayuk.
side.
It's not expecting that one. Okay, defensive player here. Like I said, my number one guy was on the board. I'm really glad he was. The best defensive player in the league, on the best defense in the league. Give me the heart and soul, the dog pound. Give me Myles Garrett at my defensive player. A force to be reckoned with would be an
Like him.
understatement when we're talking Miles here.
Nutty.
Shout out to the dog pound, man. Like, just he embodies what we do over there.
Yeah. All right. I need a receiver here. Could go so many different routes, but I've got Jets. I'm gonna pair him back up with Mr. LSU, bro. These two together were a show in college. Give me Jamar here.
I like that.
Jamar was unbelievable.
That's
That
so crazy they were on the same team.
Dude,
yeah,
nuts with
just
Burrow throwing the
nuts
ball
with
to us.
Burrow. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Unbelievable rookie
wild.
year. He's still been good. Hasn't been as good, in some people's eyes, maybe. I think, and he is on my fantasy team, so I'm speaking
Undeniable talent,
biased.
that's for sure.
He's ridiculous. So give me Jamar there, and then we'll move over to walk on. This is such an easy pick for me. I'm going George Kittle here. George
I
Kittle.
like that a lot.
George Kittle is the walk on. He's the clear walk on here. Obviously, he's not an actual walk on, but he's the guy who's going to do the dirty work. He says it all the time. That guy loves blocking. You ask George Kittle to be a right tackle for the game, he'll be the right tackle. He'll be the best right tackle out there.
I like that a lot, actually. I'm kind of upset I didn't think of that. But my walk-on pick is another guy, like you said, not afraid to do the dirty work. A plug-and-play guy. This guy virtually plays every position on offense and has been doing it for years. Give me Taysom Hill. That's my walk-on. I know
Yeah,
we brought him up as a joke earlier, but
Jesus.
like, there's
I
a
love
reason
that.
the guy finds the field every year in in
It doesn't
situations
have a
that they
position.
like the guy, like
Does it
that.
all, bro.
There's something to be said about that. You could
He
throw him
does
in
it
at QB,
all.
you could throw him in at tight end, you can hand the ball off to him. I don't really care. He finds a way to be effective. So, shout out to Taysom Hill. We're gonna give him the walk on nod.
Does it all.
Nice. I like that. This one, I don't know. This for some reason this name kept ringing in my head, and I was like, no. And then I was like, you know what? That tells me something. So, this is a guy. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's a super big professional guy. And when his number is called, he makes stuff happen. Give me David Montgomery.
Yeah.
I like that.
David
Honestly,
Montgomery. If Gibbs cannot go, this guy will guarantee you 2 tutties.
but honestly, he still might give you a tubby. Like
Yeah.
I think he's going to steal a lot of
he's
touchdowns
going.
from
Like
us.
Dan
I
Campbell
think.
loves that guy. He's getting the
Yeah.
goal line touches.
I mean, especially we all know the way hamstrings go around here. So,
Yeah.
you
Sheesh.
Gibbs owners, I wish you luck. I'm a supporter of Gibbs. I saw it through last year all the way through. All right. So, Jared, CJ Stroud, Isaiah Pacheco, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Sauce Gardner, David Montgomery as a walk-on. Tommy has Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Max Crosby, and George Kittle. I'm rolling Pat Mahomes, CMC, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Myles Garrett, and Taysom Hill. I
I'm
think
going
we did our
fantasy
job here,
lineup.
Phil.
I think Luke gets the nod.
Do we want to
Honestly,
rip a quick fantasy one? Do we want to rip like real fast? Just like just not names that just we could put a little bit of mojo out there.
what do you mean? Like draft again?
Like okay, for example, I put Jordan Love at QB or Anthony Richardson.
Oh,
Not we don't have to draft really. Like you could just say a few things. You know what I mean?
I
Just
mean,
to
a guy that has, you already took Hill. I would put Hill on my team. So I was going to do that.
Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
No, I mean everyone would.
That's what I'm saying.
nah. I don't think we need to do that. I think if we did though, like if we did go fantasy guy, like if this was a fantasy draft, I was saying I think you'd miss.
Yeah, I mean, any team that would have CMC and Tyreek Hill, you're looking at something scary.
yeah, it's actually not physically possible.
No,
Yeah, what? Oh my lordy. No, but that was good episode, fellas. Way to step up to the chase today. We
that was a football episode for our fans out there.
lot of different things touched
A
on
tennis
today.
and a heavy golf argument that I am curious to see the reactions to.
I mean, look, that's just you step in the gym with Jared and I for a couple hours and you get
I was
that
gonna
once a
say
day.
that.
So it's
I
like,
was,
Yeah.
I actually forgot we argued this episode already, to be honest.
yeah,
Like it
no,
just
no,
that's
no.
just
Not that it was actually anything serious. I'm saying it's so
Yeah, no,
funny.
I'm still upset.
I'm glad. That's fine. That's really good. I would like to say this hasn't been talked about, and I know Jared's about to go on his spotlight here. So before he steals the show, Jared and I did compete in golf the past month. We were on the same team one time, and we were on different teams the
On
other
the same
time.
team twice. On the same team
Well, I
twice.
mean, just like situationally. I mean, like there were
Oh, okay.
two
Yeah,
different
yeah.
matchups. Jared is 2-0, and I'm 1-1. Now, with that being said,
Oh, I can. Yeah, you can say it. I'll say it if you don't say it.
no, I'm not going to say that. I would never take a win away from you. I would never belittle it because there were plenty of moments for both Will and I to step up and make that match turn our way. But I will say this, Tommy, if the you and me versus Marquise Chris and Jared Waters match does ever come to fruition, I'm 1,000% confident we would rake them up. 1,000% confident.
It
I love
depends
that
on
we're
how we
bringing.
play it.
I love bringing that back. I love that we're bringing.
It depends on how we play it, though. We would play it differently, though.
If we did a scramble and we have to take one, I think the most fair way would be a scramble and we have to take one atomic shots each hole. But I still think we win by hands down.
I don't know, because like the power of me and Keith together. See, like we're always pitted against each other, but if you combine our power together, I feel like it's going to be something palpable.
I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, there were a lot of missed fairways between the two of you. Whereas
In Seattle.
Yeah, so if you two are on a team and we're scrambling and you two are in the trees and I just poke an iron out there, then
that's true. But if you have to take one of Tom's shots, the courses we played were not easy courses.
we would just have to rely on his short game. Unfortunately, that's the way it would have to be. And that's okay. Yeah. If that's our scout, then that's our scout.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is
short game's my best part of my game. I'm going to hit at least one decent one.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing too, is like we talked about this. So the way that we played the second time, the way we played last weekend, I like that better. It makes it more competitive than how we played in Seattle.
We played the same way.
No, like the carryover.
Oh, I don't like the carryover, but
yeah,
we did combine scores. Go ahead and say what you were going to say then about when you guys beat Will and I. If you were going to say
I think it was to be expected. The only way we could make it was a close match. I had some really critical holes where I secured some wins that were needed, but overall, we knew that Travis would carry. That was never going to be in question, and that's the reason why him and I had to be on the same team. And
Jared's partner shot a 70 for us hunting. So.
Yeah, Luke had a confused look on his face there for a second.
Yeah, I didn't know what route you were going with.
Actually. No, I was for what? I was obviously going to say that Travis
you can
carried.
Say whatever you want. You won, so it's fine. I'm not a sore loser.
I think I think that I think it could have easily gone either way. That's what I will say. I think in Seattle it was a foregone conclusion after the second hole. That was bad.
That was just homies being homies, and it was
but yeah, I think and the other thing I will say, playing from the tips at Ansel is definitely a tough task for myself. So I don't feel terrible about how I played.
Yeah, no, it was a tough task. I played well though. The problem was Will and I did not play well
the same time
at the windows that we could have taken advantage of some holes, which is golf. Unfortunately,
essentially, Will kept me in the match.
A few holes, yeah. And then there were some holes, and then there was some where I didn't.
I hit some tough shots, and then you didn't score.
Yeah, when you have someone that's shooting a 70, the windows are going to be tight, and you got to be able to take advantage.
The 17 was the microcosm.
It's freaking sick.
Yeah.
I swore that was my ball, bro. He parked one literally 3 inches from the hole, and I was like, "Damn, I hope that's mine." It wasn't mine. Because I hit the same shot on the same line. Like, they both looked the exact same shot.
Yeah.
I was like 10 feet. His was freaking 3 inches.
He told Travis, like, bro, just leave your putter in the bag.
Yeah, like, I don't even want to see you make the putt, bro. It's cool.
But
good times.
Overall,
good times.
Yeah, it was good times, and I would love to do it again. And I do think it would be competitive, the Tom and Luke.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
It would be a really fun time, that's for sure.
Yeah. Competitive juices will be flowing. That's for sure.
Always flowing. Speaking of that, my best receivers might be in the slot, but with soft hands and my 50 chips a night, the wideouts won't be the only ones scoring tonight.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Isaiah Likely. That was nice. That was really nice. That was really
Likely. Hell of a performance. Hell of an episode, fellas.
Thanks, guys.
So I'm going to go to bed. Shout out to the listeners. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.